WJTS News, I'm Charlotte Olson. The Common Council and Utility Board of Huntingburg covered a range of topics at Tuesday night's meeting. Ordinances that were approved included changes in the salaries of Mayor Denny Spinner and the Clerk-Treasurer Tom Dipple for the 2017, as well as approving the reviewed 2017 city calendar. Towards the middle of the meeting, Cami Hubbs, interior designer at Universal Design, provided a presentation of the proposed council chamber updates. The idea is to refresh the room to accommodate more technology use, room space, and also to change current tear and wear and tear spaces on the walls and floor that need improvement. Hubbs discussed the layout of the furniture, the aesthetics of wood and granite coming from local companies, and quotes that prelude the costs of each element involved with the proposed changes and additions to the council chambers. The board asked questions regarding the proposed media wall unit and the efficiency it would serve the audience regarding its size, and also recommended that the company in charge of creating the unit to come up with estimates if they were to decide on a larger size of video monitors within the wooden unit. As there is no more immediate rush to start on the proposed renovations, Hubbs was asked to return to the council's next meeting with updated quotes on a different version of customizing the media unit. Also, Huntingburg Park Board President Mike Fulkerson presented to the council a proposal of restricting smoking in city-owned parks. Some council members gave their testimonials of being aware of the hazards both short and long-term to exposing secondhand smoke to other park patrons. Mayor Denny Spinner describes the intent of the Common Council and Utility Board as they tabled a final adoption of the ordinance.
But the council did want to have the public an opportunity to reach out to them and make any comment before we pass it as a final regulation. So this ordinance will come back before the council at our meeting on December 27th. And I would encourage any citizens that have any comments or concerns about this ordinance to reach out to our council. I think what we heard this evening was the number one incentive for proposing this is just public health. We have great public parks in Huntingburg. They are used extensively by the public.
The council suggested a public hearing be held to allow residents time to be aware of the proposal and discuss the potential change before it may officially be adopted and passed as an ordinance. Spinner also elaborates on the positive influence on a smoke-free environment for the youth of the city.
It's part of the leadership of a community to set the tone for what is acceptable public behavior. And as City Attorney Snyder mentioned, us restricting this activity in our parks does say something to our youth that this is important. This is something that is a standard that our community wants to live up to, and hopefully that can set the tone for at least make someone a question or raise the concern of making an unhealthy choice in their life. If it's something that is not seen as the norm, where healthy lifestyle is the norm, it could be a positive thing for everyone in our community, but especially our youth.
Other current issues that cause strain with it not being a smoke-free environment is the cost of physical maintenance of cleaning excess waste, such as discarded cigarette butts. No final decisions were made, and the City of Huntingburg officials say that they can be reached if the public needs to speak on the matter before it is decided upon at a future meeting. A Jasper man and woman were placed under arrest Tuesday afternoon on various charges following a burglary that took place at a storage facility on Jasper's south side that also uncovered as much as $30,000 in other stolen items. The couple involved was also found to be in possession of drugs and paraphernalia. Around 4:30 p.m. yesterday, police were called to access storage located along the 400 block of South St. Charles Street in reference to a recent theft. Police were told by a female victim that someone had broken into her rented storage unit and took some plastic shelving, and that the unit had been ransacked as well. While on the scene investigating, officers determined that a couple suspected of the break-in may possibly still be on the access storage property at a different unit. Police located 41-year-old Ryan Eastbrook and 43-year-old Eugenia Nycom, both of Jasper, and observed them unloading a truck and trailer full of miscellaneous items into a pair of storage units. Police questioned the couple and noticed the plastic shelving that was reported missing from the other storage unit was in the unit that they were offloading items into. Police say that Eastbrook admitted to taking the plastic shelving, and further investigation found that the 16-foot trailer hooked to the Eastbrook's vehicle was also stolen. Police say that Eastbrook failed to follow their orders while he was being detailed and also resisted arrest. He was tased by officers and then immediately complied with their commands. Eastbrook and Nycombe were then taken to police headquarters for questioning. Meanwhile, officers still on the scene at Access Storage suspected that all the items in Eastbrook and Nycombe's possession were stolen. Police inventoried all of the items, which they say had identifying markings on them, and the rightful owners were identified. They included chainsaws, leaf blowers, cordless power tools, a generator, ladders, and miscellaneous hand tools. Also located in the vehicle was 5.5 grams of methamphetamine, a syringe, a glass smoking pipe, and 3 other controlled substances. Police say that there is still a large amount of items that have yet to be identified by the rightful owners, and police believe that most of the items unclaimed may have been taken from the Beaver Lake area. Police are asking the cabin owners in the Beaver Lake area to check their property and report any items that may be missing. Eastbrook and Nycombe were taken to and booked into the DuBois County Security Center on felony counts of burglary, attempted burglary, theft, dealing in methamphetamine and possession of methamphetamine, and a misdemeanor count of possession of a controlled substance. Eastbrook also faces misdemeanor counts of resisting law enforcement and criminal mischief. The town of Dale is conducting an income survey to establish its status of eligibility to apply for grants through the Indiana Office of Community and Rural Affairs. This survey is needed in order to allow the town of Dale to apply for grant funds to repair wastewater issues and other projects. Indiana 15 Regional Planning Commission, in conjunction with the town of Dale, has mailed survey forms to randomly selected residents. Residents are being asked to answer all applicable questions on the survey form. A stamped, addressed envelope will be provided for a quick, simple return. All individual responses are strictly confidential, and if you receive a survey, help the town of Dale by taking a few moments to complete it. All questions pertaining to this survey may be directed to Sherry Taylor with Indiana 15 Regional Planning Commission at 812-367-8455. Make sure to keep it right here, except next, take a look at your weather summary.